Hello and good morning to all my dear students of class 9. As we all know that we are facing one of the most global pandemic situation in our life where our life has come to a standstill and education has now become a big challenge. So, to overcome this challenge of education with the fastest pace of the technology, we, the teachers of St. Xavier School, Adipur, are going to get connected with our students through e-learning process. So, let's begin our first session of English of class 9 Beehive with a poem, The Road Not Taken. Students, let us come back towards the composed of the poem The Road Not Taken. It is composed by Robert Frost. Robert Frost, let's see what has he done or who he was. Robert Frost was born on 26 March 1874 in San Francisco. Through his very school year, he had a great passion of reading, writing and the literary work. So, later he became a teacher, a cobbler and an editor. His first success came with the book that he wrote called My Butterfly on 8th of November 1894 when it was published in the New York newspaper called The Independent. Later, he died on 29th of Jan 1963. Let's know about the summary of the poem The Road Not Taken. In this poem, the poet talks about the choice he has made between the two roads. As you can see the name, that road. What does the road here indicate? Road here indicates the choice that every human being will have to make in their lives. The road is compared to different career options we face in our life and have to choose any one. The poet here wants to convey us a message. Do you know what the message is? That is, our future depends on our present. The career option we choose today will determine what we want to become tomorrow. We must be careful as we do not get the privilege to go back on the option once left. This is a summary of the entire poem that we need to make the correct choices in our life. So, let us go across through stanza by stanza and know what the meaning exactly is. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry, I could not travel both. What is the poet saying? That there are two roads which have been diverged. Diverged in the sense it has been separated into a yellow wood. What is yellow wood here? Here yellow wood means autumnal forest. What is yellow wood? Autumnal forest. What is this autumnal forest? Autumnal forest indicates that part of a field when the whole trees shed their leaves. It is a season of autumn. And sorry, I could not travel both. What is he saying? At a time, being one traveler, he could not travel both the roads together. And be one traveler long I stood and looked down one as far as I could. What the poet did? The poet once when he was moving into the forest, he came amidst the forest where he could find the two roads getting diverged on both the sides. Now what was the situation here? The two roads, one moving to the left and the other one going to the right. But in those two roads, he had to make the selection. And as a traveler, only a single traveler, human being is only one, and he has to make the choice between the two roads. So what did he do? He looked as far as he could. That means, where does a road take a bend? Both the roads were taking a bend. But where did it reach? He just found out where the road had bent. To where it bent on the undergrowth. Here, what is undergrowth? Undergrowth here means the bushes. Undergrowth here means the bushes. All those bushes where it was fully covered onto the road. The green grasses, it showed as if it was fresh. Then took the other just as fair and having perhaps the better claim. What did he do? Out of the two roads, he better preferred to choose the one of the road. Out of two, both the roads just as fair means both looked very similar and having perhaps the better claim. Here claim indicates the demand, the choice or the road which was almost looking similar because it was grassy and wanted wear. One of the road, it was full of grasses which showed that the road was not used more by the traveler. But the road that could be seen on the left could be seen that it was full of grasses. But on the other hand side, the right side showed that it was more traveled. Why? How could we find out this difference? Because it was completely wanted wear. Wanted wear in the sense one of the road needed some traveler to pass by, and on the other, the road which was more utilized, the whole of the grasses were crushed. So no road could be seen with the green grassy bushes. Though as far that the passing there had found them really about the same. Out of the two road, one road was more utilized. Because it was more utilized, how could he make out the difference? That the road was fully used by the traveler and he didn't want that road to be preferred. He wanted to do something typical. We all know, we all have to make the choices in our life, somewhere or the other. Some choices we make early, some choices we make late. Some choices we make good, but some choices we make bad. Some choices takes us towards a path of success and some puts us into a failure. It all depends upon the correct decision that we take at a particular point of time. And both that morning equally lay in leaves no step had trodden black. What is the poet saying here? And both that morning, that means early in the morning during the time of the dawn, when the sun breaks out, when he passed into the forest, it was such a situation where he could see both the roads were equal. They were showing equal path where to reach. Both had a destination. And he knew both the road will take him, it will get connected to somewhere else. One road will lead to the other. And both that equally lay. That means both the roads were similar. In leaves, no step had trodden black. No step had trodden black means no leaves were crushed. Oh, I kept the first for another day. What the poet do? The poet kept one of the road for another day, which means at a time he cannot travel both the roads. He could choose only one. So he kept the other road for some another day so that he could travel by. Yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. Which means he knew that each road will take him towards another road. One road will get connected with another road. Same is the case with our career options. Once we select a particular career, sooner after the completion of 10th or 12th, what we need to do? we need to go ahead. We cannot turn back. You took science, you went ahead up to the class of 10th, you reached towards a destination, and suddenly if you think I want to go back and again restart it with instead of science to jump over to commerce. But now that's not possible because some choices once we make we cannot turn back, we cannot come back. आगे बढ़ना पड़ता है हमें उस पर आगे बढ़कर आगे चलकर सक्सेस की ओर जाना है. एंड ही डाउटेड अगर एक करियर आप ऑप्शन सेलेक्ट करोगे तो दोबारा आपको वो रास्ता नहीं मिलेगा. He kept the other road for some another day and he was pretty sure with a doubt that he would never get a chance to come back again. I shall be telling this with a sigh somewhere ages and ages hence. That means the poet in the last stanza says that he is going to speak about it with a sigh. Here sigh means disappointment or relief. What a sigh? Here sigh indicates a relief with disappointment. He is expressing his relief. But how? With disappointment. क्योंकि वो एक वक्त सिर्फ एक ही को सेलेक्ट कर पाया दूसरे को नहीं. And when is he going to say this? After certain ages. What is he going to speak? Two roads diverge in a wood and I. ये कथा, ये स्टोरी वो किसको नरेट करेगा? आने वाले दिन किसी और को. और वो क्या बोलेगा? That there were two roads which got diverged or separated, and so did the poet. I took the one less travelled by, and that has made all the difference. What did the poet do? Poet preferred to choose one of the road which led him towards the path of his success. So once we make the choice in our life, we cannot change it. We cannot come back. We cannot bring about any more variations into it. Now let us know what does the poet in the whole of the poem describes about. That means let us discuss about the literary work. What are the literary work which has been used by the poet here? Number one is symbolize. The poet describes the whole of the poem. He is symbolizing it with the road. Here road means the choice that he has to make in his life. So here symbolizes the whole of the poem symbolizes the choice that one has to make in their lives. Second, this whole poem talks about alliteration. It's a figure of speech where generally the consonant letter words are seen to be repeated. For example, wanted where. What is that wanted where? WW. The first letter of the word begins with the consonant letter. Out of 26 alphabets, 5 are vowels. Remaining are 21 are consonant. So if any of the line, if you find the first letter of the word beginning with any consonant sound, and if it is repeated, then we call them in the form of alliteration. Third, what other literary work has been portrayed here? That is repetition. What is repetition? When the words are repeated several times. For example, the last stanza, ages and ages. So here the poet gives the word of ages. That means years after, long years back, or later on into the life, he will be saying or narrating the story to the next generation. So any word which is seen to be repeated, I and I, the and the, here ages and ages, if any words are repeated in the line of the same line of the poem, then we call them in the form of repetition. Another thing, the literary work which has been portrayed here indicates with that internal the internal rhyme here? You all have learned about this internal rhyme. What is that? A B A B. That is first line ending with would, third line ending with stood. Would, stood. Both, undergrowth. Fair, where. Claim, there. Lay, day. Or way. Black, back. This way. Any word that is A, B, A, B. It is not coming across, but one line after the other. This indicates our internal rhyme, that is rhyming scheme. The whole poem is in a rhyming scheme of A, B, A, B. Clear? So let's look into a few of the questions which are given in our exercise. Where does the traveler find himself? What problem does he face? The traveler finds himself at a point where the two roads get diverged. And what problem does he face? The second part of the question. He faces the problem of decision making on which road he has to move or he has to walk. Discuss what these phrases mean to you. That's your question number 2. In it, you have the first one, a yellow wood. As I have told about it, yellow wood indicates autumnal forest. What is this autumnal forest? The whole of the wood, the forest which is covered with the leaves, the dried leaves, which means it is a season of autumn where the trees will shed their leaves. So yellow wood here indicates autumnal forest. It was grassy and wanted wear. That means the poet here describes one of the road which was less travelled. And why less travelled? Because that road had a large number of bushes as well as grasses. And he could say this because the road was not used more by the travellers. And it wanted the people to move on. The passing there, it implies walking on the road. Passing there means the road is wanting somebody to come and walk onto that road. Leaves no step had trodden black. That means that whole of the road was covered with the leaves of the trees which was not crushed by the people. One road which was more used, the leaves could be seen to be crushed under the feet of the travelers. But the other road remained same, full of green bushes, and which indicated that no one had ever travelled as the leaves were not crushed. How way leads on to way. That means how one way lead to another road. There are so many parallel roads. If you look here in Adipur, Gandhidham, there are so many internal roads which gets connected towards another road. So that is what we call that one way or the one road, one way leads to the other. How one road leads or bends towards the other. Question number 3. Is there any difference between the two roads as the poet describes there in that first part in stanzas 2 and 3? No. What does he say here? Both in that stanza number 2 and stanza number 3, it shows that both the roads are similar and it wanted someone to walk on where the road finds it to be similar. In the last 2 lines of the poem, yes, there is a difference. That is, initially the poet thinks both the roads are similar. But later on, he comes to a judgment when he chooses the second. He comes to a judgment that the road which is less travelled by could also lead one way to the other. However, both the roads are similar. and they are less traveled. Question number 4. What do you think the last two lines of the poem mean? Looking back, the poet regrets his choice or accept it. Here, my dear students, we have a selection. We can talk about both. The poet has the correct decision. He makes his choice on both the way. Initially, you can say that the poet, here they have said, the poet initially makes his correct choice of opting the road which was less traveled, and he is happy with this decision because it made a huge difference in his life. So that was an end towards our exercise, and I want you all to complete these questions in your classwork. Before that, how would you begin it? How would you start the whole of the answers? I want you to write it with an introduction. What introduction can you give it here? Listen to it very carefully. It's already given in the first line of a red bracket, red box. The poem, this is how you will begin introduction. Write down the introduction first and then carry on with the question answer. No need to copy down the glossary. No need to copy down the meanings. What we need here, because 9th standard, you're not going to get any kind of meanings. You need only to write down the introduction one time and every question followed with an answer. But in the exam, every answer we will demand you to represent it with the introduction. From this poem, any question if it comes, you have to first write the introduction and then you will come back to the point of your answer. So what will be your introduction here? The poem, The Road Not Taken, composed by Robert Frost, is, then see that red box which is given, is a well-known poem about making choices that human beings have to make at important moments of their lives. Then add up the second one which is given, and the choices that shape us. Is that clear? So I end up the part 1 of the poem here. The second part I'll come back to you once after the figures of speech are done. Till then, do take care, stay home, stay safe, revise the poem and complete the exercise in your classwork. Have a good day.